Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor and Head of the Department, respected faculties and students, good afternoon to you all. Before we begin the event, I request you all to turn off your microphones. Thank you. I'm Radi Al-Rashid, your host for today's event. On behalf of the Department of English and Humanities, I, along with my co-host, Sanjida Alam, welcome you all to the Freshers Orientation Program of Spring 2021. It is our honor to have Shiborna Jodhpuri, Additional Director General, Inspection Directorate of Taxes, as our chief guest today. I would like to give the floor to Ms. Arifa Goni Rahman, Head of the Department of English and Humanities, for her opening remarks. But first, a little introduction to the department.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Radia. Thank you, everybody, for coming. As you can imagine, I'm a little nervous right now. This is with all my senior faculty members here, my teachers. And let me first welcome Ms. Shiborna Chaudhary, our chief guest here today. She has been very gracious and kind enough to give us some of her valuable time here today. So she's here to inspire our newcomers to the to DEH. And we have with us our Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you, sir, for coming, making time for us as always. Shamshad, sir, Pro Vice Chancellor and the Dean of the School of Arts and Humanities. Thank you for being here, sir. Kaiser, sir, thank you so much for coming, making time as always, being there for us. And of course, Manzur, sir, thank you, sir, for coming, sacrificing your afternoon nap. And Shana's madam, thank you so much for joining us. Again, always there for us, being supportive all the time. So thank you very much for being here. And I would like to just start off by addressing our newcomers right away. To welcome you to the department. You've chosen the Department of English and Humanities at the University of Liberal Arts, Bangladesh. And I want to thank you for doing that because as you will find out, sooner than later, that you've made the right choice. So you're here because this is, being here will give you a sense of what a family is like outside your own family. And that's the idea that we like to propagate here at the department and at the university. You'll find that once you get to know people, once you start, perhaps soon coming to the campus, you'll be able to see an atmosphere where it is very supportive. Everybody's here for you. Departmental moddhe tomader boro bhai bon ache, always ready to help you, being here for you. And that's how we work. That's how we operate. That's how we support each other. Faculty members always accessible, always here for you. Anytime you have a question, there's always someone to help you. আরেকটা জিনিস যেটা তোমাদেরকে একটু just quickly বলবো, সেটা হচ্ছে সবসময় মনে রাখবে যে you have made this choice, and because you've made this choice, you should own it. think of this place as your own place. This is your own department. This is your own university. And whatever you do, wherever you go, people will identify you as a student of English department, as a student of Ulab. And because of that, it is your duty, it is your prerogative to always uphold the image of the university, and because it is directly related to you. So you don't want anybody pointing fingers at you. So this is something that I want you to always keep in mind, and think about, that this is your own place. So, that the kind of responsibility you have towards your own family, you should feel it's a similar kind of responsibility to your institution as well. And of course, with all your big brothers and sisters here who are already here, always here to help you out. And so with that, I would like to introduce you to the department. You've seen a short video clip that kind of gives you a sense of what we do. It was a little blurry, I think, at times, so you couldn't really read all the text. But it is, from what you might have gathered, quite a happening place. We have lots of things to do, lots of events to attend, lots of activities to take part in. And even this, this event itself, this orientation, even if it is online, there's been a lot of work put into it behind the scenes. And it was a collective effort by faculty members and students. So that's why we're all here with their help. So with that, I'm going to share my screen and to give you a brief introduction to our faculty members. I hope you can see my screen. So the English department, these are, I'm just going to go into it. And with all these photos, you can see that quite a lot happens all the time. So let me just start with a little bit of history. So the department was launched in 2004 when the university came into being. And it has grown over the years under very able leadership of some eminent scholars. First head of department, Professor Razia Khan Amin. She was from Dhaka University. And then we had Professor Mohitul Alam from Chittagong University. And we had Kaiser Sir. And we still have Kaiser Sir here with us. We're very lucky to have him advising us, helping us constantly here. So these were our first three heads of departments. And moving on to Professor Shamshad Murtaza, who is currently our Pro Vice Chancellor to Ulab. He is also the Dean of the School of Arts and Humanities. And of course, he is teaching at the department as well. He's a professor in the department. And he has a PhD from University of London, UK, and an MA from University of Arizona, USA. He has also done a postdoc at UCLA. And his areas of interest include contemporary British poetry, Romanticism, Native American literature, occultism, postmodernism. So, these terms, these areas of interest that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about for each person, these terms may not be familiar to you right now, but trust me, you will be, soon talking the talk. So these are just to give you a taste of what you can expect and the kind of expertise that we have here, which will, tell you that you have made absolutely the right choice. This is me. I am the current head of department and associate professor in this department. I have a master's from Texas A&M University from the US and a master's also from the University of Dhaka. I like teaching fiction. I have an interest in research and writing, editing, translation, online teaching and learning. So you might be hearing from me on online teaching and learning a lot because that's what I also focus on here. So a lot of the stuff that I do here has to do with that now, especially. So this is our picture of our family here. There are faculty members and let's meet them one by one. Kaiser Sir. Kaiser Sir, as I said, Professor Kaiser Haq. He is a poet. He is, the one of the best, most well-known Bangladeshi poets writing in English. He has a PhD from University of Warwick, and his areas of interest include creative writing, literary translation, modern and contemporary literature, post-colonial literature, South Asian writing in English. These are just a few of his interests because he has such a wide-ranging body of interest that it's not possible to finish listing them here. Storehouse of knowledge. He is also a freedom fighter. Then we have Professor Syed Manzurul Islam. By the way, Kasi sir was my teacher at Dhaka University, and Manzur sir also my teacher from Dhaka University. So Manzur sir, again, you probably already know him because he's such a well-known writer, critic, and academic, of course. Again, a storehouse of knowledge, wide-ranging, broad-based knowledge. He has a PhD from Queen's University, and some of his interests include Shakespeare, modern poetry, fiction, literary theory, postmodernism and postcolonialism, and translatology. Professor Qazi Anis Ahmed, he is the Vice President of the Ulab Board of Trustees, also on our faculty list. He has a PhD from New York University, USA, and his interests, areas of interest include creative writing and journalism. Professor Shaila Sultana, she is the advisor to the Center for Language Studies. So in the first 2 semesters of your life at ULAB, you'll be taking some introductory or fundamental English courses, which are administered by the Center for Language Studies. So you will probably also be meeting her. You will meet her, and she is also an adjunct faculty in our department. So you will be taking her classes as well. She has a PhD from University of Technology, Sydney, Australia, and an MA from King's College, London. Her areas of interest include trans approaches to language identity, sociology, critical geography, and post-colonial context. At different times of the year, we have visiting professors from abroad because we like to bring in expertise from outside as well, so that you get a really comprehensive outlook on different subjects. And we have here Professor Mohammed A. Qayyum. He has a PhD. He's located in Australia, by the way. He has a PhD from Flinders University, Australia. And his areas of interest include post-colonial writing, transnational literature, interdisciplinary literary studies, and Rabindranath Tagore. Professor Asfar Hussain, he usually comes to Dhaka every summer to be with us, and he is our summer distinguished professor. Again, a very broad-based, storehouse of knowledge here. PhD from Washington State University. He teaches at the Grand Valley, Michigan State University in the US. He's located over there. And his areas of interest include English and world literature, literary and critical theory, interdisciplinary studies, among other things. Then we have Professor Suhel Islam, who has a PhD from Michigan Technological University of Michigan. He's also located in the US. John Rue, Dr. John Rue, he is a poet and an academic with a PhD from Cambridge University, also another visiting professor. Our faculty members, full-time faculty members who are here for you all the time, associate professors, assistant professors, and lecturers. First up, we have Dr. Mahmoud Hassan Khan, who incidentally has 2 PhDs. He's associate professor here, wide-ranging body of interest, always available for students. When I say always available for students for one person, I think I should say for everybody, because that's the case with all our teachers actually. So then we have Dr. Suhana Manzur. She's also associate professor. She is the MA coordinator, but this term she's on leave. So you probably won't meet her this semester. but she has a PhD from Southern Illinois University in the US. Then we have Dr. Tabastim Zaman, Associate Professor. She is, for the MA students, she is your go-to person this semester. She is serving in place of Dr. Suhana Manzur for this term. She has a PhD from National University of Singapore. Dr. Hassan Al-Zayed, Associate Professor. He has a PhD from State University of New York, USA. Again, areas of interest include Marxism, Third World literature, literary theory, and so on. Tabassum has an interest in city and urban discursive practices and cultural studies. Nadia Rahman, Assistant Professor. She is also another very helpful person among others. I mean, everybody else, of course. She is currently doing her PhD from the Bangladesh University of Professionals. She has a master's from Chittagong University. And she's also the project lead of the World Academy for the Future of Women, which is a leadership program here at Ulab, which you might be very interested in joining or exploring. So if you're interested in that, do please get in touch with Ms. Nadia Rahman. Muntasir Mamoon, Assistant Professor. He is our undergraduate coordinator, or the BA coordinator. He is the person you will contact whenever you have any emergencies, academic or administrative, particularly administrative issues. He is the one you will contact. He has an MPhil from the University of Dhaka and a master's from Jahangirnagar University. Dr. Sayyida Farzana Sultana, Assistant Professor. She has a PhD from Warner School of Education, University of Rochester, USA. And we have Tawhidul Islam Khan, a senior lecturer. He's on leave right now, currently doing his PhD at the University of Warwick in the UK. We have Tanzia Siddiqa, senior lecturer. She is also enrolled in the PhD program at the University of Dhaka, and she has an MPhil from the University of Dhaka as well. We have Naza Farhat. She is a lecturer, and she has done her master's from Westminster University, UK. And Naza, you'll be meeting Naza a little bit later after this program to go over some online protocols and how to get into your online classes and all that. Then we have Nisha Tatia Shoili, lecturer. She has done she's a gold medalist from Dhaka University. She's done her master's from there. We have SM Mahfuzur Rahman, lecturer. He has done his master's from BRAC University. Freshers just like yourselves, Tasmia Mayan, Sheikh Nahian, Qazi Mustabin Noor, and Sumaya Kabir. Welcome to you guys as well. So Tasmia, these 4 lecturers have joined us this semester. So Tasmia has done her master's from the University of Sussex, UK. Sheikh Nahian has done his master's from BRAC University. Qazi Mustabin Noor, she's done her master's from McMaster University, Canada. She's also the advisor to Paper Canoe, which is the Ulab Literary Club. So if you're interested in joining a literary club, she's also the one you can ask for advice and you can contact. Sumaya Kabir, the youngest member of our department. She's done her master's from Dhaka University, and she's also into all this pop culture and everything. So if you are into all that kind of thing, you can certainly speak with her about that. That's our faculty members, and we have also with us Rubayat Tasmia. She is supervisor to the English zone. The English zone is one of the important features of our department that you can go to for help with your writing, with presentation skills, and so on and so forth. Rubayat holds all kinds of workshops that you can avail, and you can get some help from there if you need any. Moshiur Rahman, he is our TA or teaching assistant. Again, another person that you would be contacting if you need any help, a very helpful person. He is our student. He is in the final semester this term, I believe. And our admin officers, Bushra Menaz, she is the undergraduate or BA in English admin officer, and Tazin Farzana, MA in English admin officer. So you will be receiving emails from them now and then with notices and things like that. If you have, again, any administrative questions, you can ask them as well. So that's the DEH family. And as you can see from the pictures, it's a big, happy family. And you're now a part of it. So welcome on board, and good luck to all of you. Thank you very much. Over to
Thank you
Radia.
very much, ma'am, for your wonderful introduction. Okay, thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful introduction to the department. Now, I'd like to request Professor Kaisar Haq, former Dean of School of Arts and Humanities and Professor of Department of English and Humanities, to deliver his speech.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Head of Department, Dean, fellow faculty members, and dear students. It's a privilege and a pleasure to be here. And it's been quite a few years since I first started teaching at the Ulab, initially as a part-time faculty member, and then full-time for quite a few years. And it's been a delight to watch the department grow. And as you can see, it's still growing. Every term we have a fresh batch of eager students. And it's a pleasure to welcome all the new students this term. As Arifa said, you've made the right choice, and you'll soon find out for yourselves. We are now in a transitional stage because we are just, I think, getting ready to shrug the virus off and resume the old normal. I'm sure by the, perhaps not this term, but very soon this year, we'll be able to meet face to face. And that is very important in the educational sphere, because the person-to-person contact adds a dimension that virtual reality can never match. I'm glad to see Shiborna Chaudhary here. She was at Dhaka University. One of our students, Manzur, and I both taught her. And ever since we have run into her now and then. The last time I ran into her was in the Abahoni field at the Bengal Music Conference, the last time it was held. And she is a high-powered civil servant now. It gives us, we feel proud that we have students studying English and then making their way in the practical world with a lot of aplomb. Shiborna is also a writer and translator. So she has a special relationship with the English department, with English studies. And I'm glad that she could make time to join us here. But I will not say much because this is not an occasion for us to speechify. This is an occasion when the students themselves will participate, will express themselves. And the older students will put on a show, which I'm sure everyone will enjoy. And there will also be someone from among the freshers to say something. And as all the freshers will realize, this is a department where the students play an active role. So every term there will be shows. Every year we have conferences. We have a student conference, the only university which hosts an annual student conference. And there are a lot of other things, many clubs. You can go adventuring in the hills. One team from the Adventure Club of Ulab climbed a 13,000-foot mountain in the Himalayas, in the Himalayan range. So there are all kinds of activities that we encourage the students to take part in. So I give a warm welcome, I extend a warm welcome to all the new students, and to those who are passing out, congratulations. And I hope many of you will stay on to do the masters. We have a thriving masters program now, as you've seen from the statistics shown at the start. Thank you very much again, and good luck to everybody. And stay safe and get vaccinated.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. I am now inviting Professor Syed Manzurul Islam, Senior Professor of the Department of English and Humanities, to convey his words to the freshers.
Thank you. I'll take the warning from Kaiser and not speechify. In any case, don't like to speechify. I'd like to share a few thoughts with the freshers. Among them, you have masters freshers as well, and many of them we have met before. Let me begin my address properly. Honorable Chief Guest, it's a delightful thing to find one of our students in that particular chair of the Honorable Chief Guest, the Vice Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor and Dean, the distinguished faculty that we have at Ulab, and definitely my dear fellow students. This is a great occasion, you know, this is a welcoming moment. Unfortunately, we have been pushed into a bubble by the pandemic. We cannot do anything outdoors. Usually this happens in a very spacious auditorium, followed by a very warm tea reception in which you share tea and biscuits and thoughts and you get introduced to each other. That is unfortunately absent. But I'm very hopeful, with or without the vaccination. I'm sure the COVID beast is showing its tails. I'm sure a beast like the COVID has many tails. And in my estimation, maybe in 3 to 6 months, we shall be outdoors with, of course, mask and mitigation that are important for us. But we can go to the permanent campus. I don't know if anyone of you, except the older students, any freshers have gone to the permanent campus. It's a marvel, it's a delightful place. Big field and architect design, building very spacious, and you will fall in love with the place. So you will never be absent from the classes, just because to be in the permanent campus will give you the vibe, I'm using your language, to belong. And this is a department you cannot but belong. As Arifa says, it's a happy family, and it keeps growing. And the more it grows, the more happiness we have, because all of you bring a ray of sunshine to this department. It's a happening place. Many things take place here. Kaiser has listed many of these. Apart from that, you have club activities, like if you want to be a thespian, an actor, or a dramatist, you can become a member of the theater club. You have literature club, you have sports club, many clubs into which you can belong. Photography, for example, is a very important club that we encourage students to join. So don't be a non-doer, be a doer. Do things that you like, which you fancy. Remember, the next 4 to 5 years will make you the person that you always dreamt about. And we believe that if your aim is there, if you have the right kind of aim, and if you have the dedication and also the sincerity that is important in life, nobody can stop you from reaching that particular place. Kaiser talked about the 30,000 mountain that ULAB students are invited to scale. Well, that's a metaphor you can apply to life. Anything that you want to climb will be helping you. There are 2 things that I want from you. First of all, regularity. You have to attend your classes as if your life depends on them. It's true that your life, in a sense, depends on attending classes, because that's not simply finishing the syllabus. There's also learning so many things. interacting with your fellow students, interacting with your faculty. These are key elements in building your character, your communicative skills. All these things are important. That's the first thing. Second, whatever happens, don't quarrel with the results. Give your best shot and don't quarrel with the results. If you give your best shot, I'm sure that your results will keep improving. And you have all kinds of help. The English zone, the English club, that will help you to speak and write in English. You have the literary clubs that we have, will bring out your creative talents into the open. And all teachers are available. We have our office hours, counseling hours, but you can also email any of the teachers or just send an SMS and then meet them. And if you're on the campus, you can also walk into any of the faculty's offices. If the faculty is available, you can always meet these persons. So please don't feel hesitant. Get your best from this university, which is willing to give you the best. So thank you very much. I'm happy to say, as I said, Shiborna here, she is also a very cultural person. And she is a proper English student in the sense she takes a lot of interest in English department of Dhaka University's activities. I'm sure from now on, she will be also an active supporter of anything Ulab does, DEH, English department, English and Humanities department does. So you can depend on her as a kind of a role model and also as entire support system. And she has done a lot of help, given a lot of help to students. So thank you all very much and farewell. In the next 4 years, 5 years, I'll see you sooner or later in the permanent campus or in the class.
All right, thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Dear all, we have with us today the Head of General Education Department and Director of the Center for Archaeological Studies, Professor Shahnaz Husne-Jahan. I now request Professor Shahnaz Husne-Jahan to introduce our General Education Department.
Good afternoon. As shared start formally, so the Honorable Chief Guests, Honorable Vice Chancellor, our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Kaisa sir, Manju sir, my friends, colleagues, and the students. Good afternoon to you all. I'm Shahnaz Husne-Jahan, as you heard, and I'm a professor of archaeology, director, the Center for Archaeological Studies. I welcome you all to Ulab on behalf of the General Education Program. Now, what is GED? GED forms the very foundation of the liberal arts curriculum at Ulab. It provides students better exposure to the areas of knowledge other than their major. Our mission is to make Ulabians a good global citizen. We have many famous scholars and teachers with us who will meet you in the classroom. Name a few. We have National Professor Dr. Muhammad Rafiqul Islam. We have a well-known public speaker, Professor Dr. Salimullah Khan, Professor Dr. Muhammad Ejaj Rahman, renowned scientist, Professor Dr. Muhammad Ibrahim, Professor Dr. Tapati Rani Sharkar, and many more. Our department coordinator is Rigan Chakma, and admin officer, Ms. Laila Afroza. GED courses are designed into 5 categories. General Education Foundation courses. You have Academic English 1, Academic English 2, each 3 credits, in total 6 credits. Essential skills such as computer, healthy life, social and professional skills in the second group. We also have Ulab core courses, consists of 3 courses, 3 credits each. That means in total 9 credits. Bangla Bhasha or Shahitya, History of the Emergence of Independent Bangladesh, and Ethics. These courses are compulsory for all students. Then you have GED elective courses. You need to take 3 courses, 3 credits, again in total 9 credits. But you have to choose these 3 courses, 1 from each tier, 1 from tier 1, Arts and Humanities, 1 from tier 2, Social Sciences, one from Tier 3 Natural Sciences. A complete list of GD elective courses are available in our Ulab website as well as in your handbook. If you decide to take GD optional, you need to take more 5 courses from the list of GD elective courses offered in each term. If you wish to take minor in sustainable development, then you need to take 5 courses related to the sustainable development, environment and environmental science, climate change, etc. We have many research centers affiliated with the department, such as Center for Advanced Theory, Center for Archaeological Studies, Center for Bangla Studies, Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning, Center for Health, Population and Development, Center for Sustainable Development. And GD students can participate in various activities, events, programs, such as seminar, conference, visiting sites, museums, archaeological excavation, festivals, fair, games, organized by the centers. Hope you will enjoy at Ulab, and all my best wishes again on behalf of the General Education Department. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'd now invite Professor Shamshad Murtaza, Pro Vice Chancellor and Dean of School of Arts and Humanities, to deliver his speech.
Thank you, Radia. Thank you so much. And congratulations, Arifa, on the assumption of the headship of the English department. So, dear students, as you probably heard that Arifa was saying that she was a bit nervous at the start, because this is the first time she's doing it as the head of the English department. So she has been here for almost 6 years now, but she has actually replaced me as the head, and right now I'm headless. Okay, I'd like to begin by thanking Professor Kaiserhoff for his able leadership as the Dean of the School of Arts and Humanities. So I actually have replaced him, and this is a new role for me, and I don't want to speechify like Kaiser sir, as Kaiser sir has rightly said that this is not the right time to speechify, especially when the time is for siesta for Manzur sir. But those of you who have joined earlier must have picked up some of the things that we were saying, and you must have understood the kind of department that you have just stepped into. So we were making fun, pulling each other's leg, so this is a fun department. That's the beauty of it, And I would like to formally welcome Shiborna for agreeing to be a part of this program. Kaiser sir has rightly said that, so she is a writer, translator, and I had memories of spending some good time with her in Los Angeles, and she's a very good singer, I must add, So Shiborna, thank you for joining this program, and thank you, Honorable Vice Chancellor, for joining in as well. So I just have a few words to add before, because I know that there is an interesting cultural program that we are all waiting for, and at the same time, so the speech from the Honorable Chief Guest. There is a motivational speaker, and there are plenty of them. If you go to YouTube, there are so many of them that you stop counting them. There is one guy called Malcolm Gladwell, and he has a book called Outliers, in which he has come up with a theory that if you dedicate 10,000 hours on anything, so you'll become a master of it. Now, whether that is right or wrong, we don't know. There are counter theories, like everything in life. But what is exciting about this proposition is that in the next 4 years, you are roughly going to get the same amount of study time. And if you use those 10,000 hours judiciously, if you use them rightly, so you're going to be a master of everything that you do. It can be creative writing. As you have seen that, we have resources for creative writing. If you want to be a translator, we have some master translators, so Kaisa sir, Manzur sir, Arifa, Suhana, so they're excellent translators. If you want to be, someone who wants to build a career in NGOs, and if you are into cultural studies, so we have people like Tabastim, Sumaya, and others. So of course Manzur sir is there. Manzur sir, as Arifa rightly said, that is the storehouse of knowledge. If you are into language, so Shaila is probably the most prolific researchers on language-related issues. And of course, we have Dr. Mahmood Hassan Khan, so someone with 2 PhDs, in language. This is again a thriving field, and there are so many things to do in language. I'm glad that people like Naza, Tanzia, and of course Tasmia Mayan. So we have a very formidable language team as well. So these are the basic areas where you can pursue your education. But ULab is different, as the name suggests, that you have liberal arts. And as Imran sir was saying this morning, that you need to become a free thinker, and you need to have a curiosity for learning. All the speakers were saying this morning that you need to know what you don't know. So this is kind of Socratic idea that Mr. Kazim Abil MP was saying, and the idea of learning to learn that the minister was saying this morning, right? So the very idea that this is a place where you will become a lifelong learner. And our job as teachers are merely we are guides. We'd like to help you along the way. So next 4 years, you will find us next to you, helping you find the right track. And the beauty of ULab is that I will not get into the co-curricular activities, but the essential skills. So we are the only university who has come up with essential skills as part of our curriculum. At the same time, we have the general education where you can do an optional minor, which means you take 5 courses and do a minor in, say, psychology or archaeology, or sustainable development. And that's how you become a person with 360-degree vision. So that's very important. So again, we are entering the 4th industrial revolution, and we do not know what kind of combination of knowledge and skills are required for the job market out there, because the job market is evolving. And we too need to evolve. And that's exactly what we are doing at ULab. So constantly changing, constantly responding to the needs of our students. We are plugged into the global discourses. We are aware and alive to the changes, and we are making those changes. So I would say that you're actually very fortunate that you have chosen ULab, because of course this is a culturally happening place, but more importantly, this is a place which is alive to changes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, so much. Now, I would like to welcome Professor H.M. Zahirul Haq, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Liberal Arts, Bangladesh, to give his speech.
Thank you. Thank you, the Honorable Chief Guest of today's session, Ms. Shiborna Jodhpuri, my colleague, Professor Shamshad Murtaza, the Vice Chancellor of ULab. We also have Sayyid Manzur Islam with us, and also Kaiser Hamidul Haq, my dear colleagues, students. Very good afternoon. Let me ask you a question. I would like to ask a question to my student, that if I ask you a question, when you choose a university, what do you see at first in choosing a university? I think the response from your side will be that you see good campus, good teachers, of course, and you have to see that. About teachers, I think my colleagues already mentioned that, Arifa Ghani Rahman clearly described the kind of teachers we have. We have Sayyid Manzur Islam, nationally and internationally highly recognized. And also we have Kaiser Hamidul Haq, and also we have Professor Shamshad Murtaza, and many other young talented faculty members at Ulab. Most probably even Dhaka University English department does not have such good teachers in its department. Regarding good campus, yeah, we have a very good campus, and you can see, you will be able to see after pandemic, and we want to welcome you in our permanent campus. Hope we will be able to do that maybe in April or May, I don't know, but we are waiting for that. Now let me, focus on the point that was mentioned by Syed Manzur Islam. Manzur sir mentioned one thing, that it is a happening place. Our Vice Chancellor said the same thing, that our English department is a happening department. What does it mean? Actually, I observed that in our English department, we organize a lot of academic events. And also, in addition to that, we always organize a lot of cultural events, picnic, we organize, get together, we organize different kind of fun events. Then we have co-curricular activities in our English department as well. So we also do curriculum integration in our English department. So we organize a lot of events at our English department, from which our students can learn a lot of good things for their future career. So for that particular reason, and from that point of view, I think our English department is uniquely unique in this country. It is about the activities that I am saying that we are very much different from many other universities in this country. Now, one more thing that we have in our English department that is very important and very unique, that we have a very good working environment in our English department. The teachers are very cooperative, very supportive, and always there is something to be proud of. So if you ask any questions or if you have any queries, you can go to any teachers, you can reach to the head of the department or to dean, so you will get their support. So if we consider all these things, I must confess that our students who are in front of me have taken the right decision in choosing our English department. So I am very glad that we are going to work together with you, and it is a happening place, and I hope you will get maximum out of these activities that we are going to do with you, and I hope you will be able to work together with nationally and internationally recognized professors like Syed Manzur Islam, Professor Kaiser Hamidullah, Professor Shamshad Murtaza, and young teachers that we have, and you'll be able to build your future career. With these few words, I'd like to thank again Ms. Shiborna Jodhpuri for joining us, and of course my thanks to the organizer English department, the head of English department, the dean, and of course my sincere thanks to my senior two colleagues Manzur sir and Kaiser sir. With these few words, I would like to thank you again, and welcome to Ulab. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Our chief guest today is Ms. Shiborna Jodhpuri, Additional Director General, Inspection Directorate of Taxes. She joined the civil service in 1998 as an Assistant Commissioner of Taxes. She did her BA Honors and MA in English Literature from the University of Dhaka, and later on, she studied public administration with a focus on auditing and government financial management in Canada. She also received management training in Japan, Malaysia, and Canada. She worked as a communication expert in diverse NGOs and print media as well. She's an accomplished musician and lyricist who appeared in numerous television and radio programs and has released several solo albums. She is an avid reader and translator and has published a collection of translated contemporary poems. She is an EC member of BCS Taxation Association. Now, we invite our distinguished chief guest to address the audience and deliver her speech.
A very good afternoon to everyone. Honorable VC, head of the department, the faculty, my teachers, old and new students. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to have a chance to speak among such stalwarts, but I'm certainly very happy. I'm certainly very happy, but at the moment, to be honest, I'm a bit baffled because I'm speaking next to my teachers, whom I consider my mentors, and speaking before them is not so easy for me. Whatever, I want to get, I want to utilize this opportunity and say something for the new students. Well, before that, let me say, I was wondering why I was chosen to speak here. As I consider I have never been a very good student, I didn't have a planned career, but then I somehow managed to make a career. Since given the opportunity, I'll try to say what I think helped me reach there. I believe that was the intention of inviting me there. So let me be honest, and I believe we have time constraint as well. So I try to be precise, but I would try to touch the areas that I feel important for new students. So literature had always been my passion. In schools, I was from a Bangla medium school, and in my school days, I enjoyed reading. It wasn't a family. We were encouraged to read books, not the books from school curriculum, never. But we were encouraged to read whatever we had before us, but particularly classics. And definitely I had started with Bangla classics. So I had developed passion for literature from a very early age. But when I was to join university, somehow I had chosen English literature, and thankfully did so. I always enjoyed reading, contemplating, and sometimes I tried to write as well, didn't dare to publish, except some of my translation. But my career had nothing to do with those. So why so? I said I didn't have a planned career. To many, once at a surprise, I had chosen English literature for my BCS exam. So far, I didn't come across with any of our officers who had chosen that. And why did I do so? Because I didn't know no one selects that. Traditionally, we believe English literature doesn't help us score high. So everyone drops that. All the students of English department knowingly drops the subject because they want to score high. So I was so ill-planned and uninformed, I even didn't know people don't take that option. So I had chosen whimsically. Somehow I managed to pass. But I had an unusual experience that I'd like to share with all the students. Excuse me. As Manzur sir was saying, never miss your classes. We in English department, we tried to attend the classes. And for me, the most important task was to take notes religiously. Our teachers were very sincere, and certainly they did good homeworks, and their classes were always very rich and helpful. And I tried to get the best out of that. And I must be very honest, when I appeared for my civil service exam, I had no other preparation. I sat for that career exam 5 years after I had passed from university. I had been working elsewhere. And at some point I thought, this is not my calling. So I wanted to change. So I gave up and was just wondering what to do. At that point of time, I had chosen to sit for the exam. And before the result was there, I was already working elsewhere. But when I came to know, I was chosen, okay, let me try this one as well. And I was still there. But that wonderful experience is that when I sat for the optional English test, I sensed, I haven't read anything recently, so I don't remember anything. So I must leave the exam hall. But then why not try? Now I was sitting for 15 minutes, like hitting my head, what I've done. And after a while, trust me, I started recalling my class lectures. Trust me, I was recalling my class lectures and started writing. And once I started, there was no stopping. and somehow I qualified. And then I wondered, well, what was there? I never studied too much. I didn't have chance to, for my personal reasons. I didn't have much scope to study as much as I wanted to. I enjoyed reading, but I couldn't. But then what I did, so to the new students, my humble suggestion is always read the text, because that is somehow something I did sincerely. I read all the texts that I had in our curriculum, each and every text thoroughly, and try to enjoy reading that. Don't forget about the criticism, forget about the exam, forget about the questions, everything, just enjoy the word, because that is the ultimate reward of reading literature. So once you enjoy the work, you can come up with your own answers, suggestions, criticism. And I believe, to me, that's the best way to approach literature. Another thing, it may sound odd, but I must say, during our days, there were not books available in the market. We didn't have much access to textbooks. It was really difficult to find the original text, but there were plenty of notebooks. One thing I never did was reading the notebooks. Why? Because I didn't like those. Why? To me, I felt they were not so good as the original text. Those are more interesting, compact, and it was interesting. That's the ultimate thing. So I read the original text and tried to come up with my own answers. Never memorized anything, well, apart from extracts from poems, something that I enjoyed reading. Sometimes I memorized, but memorizing had never been my my priority, at least for exams. So, students, all I can tell you, be sincere, attend classes, read the text, and read for fun. And that will take you where you are meant to be. And be you. Be you, dare to differ. And then for criticism, yes, of course, we have to know the traditional critical appreciation, but before that, you have to go through the original text. That's how I see things. That about your career. Literature is something, literature is about life. I think that's the only discipline that touches every sphere of life, every sphere of life. Nothing else is there that allows you to deal with every aspect of life's experience. So what we gain through that, every discipline is meant to be enriched from others' experience. Literature offers unlimited scope for that. And through that, we enrich ourselves, our life. Not only it's not meant for a career only, it's for a personal life, personal growth, our relationship, our morality, our way, choosing our way of life. Everything depends on our knowledge, on our maturity, and studying literature contributes to that like nothing else. So enjoy your reading, and you ultimately reach your career. And scope for career development is endless for literature students, because every office needs something to communicate using language. And as you study literature, you eventually develop command over this particular language. So never think narrow, never opt for the minimum, dream big, and be you. That actually, I believe, will help you to do your best. I believe that's all I can say for today. And let me thank my teachers for their very kind words about me. I have passed like 30 years back, and I had always been in touch with my teachers because I just loved being in touch with them. It's not that I have done much in the literary fields, but I always had interest and I enjoyed being with literary canons. And I believe from now on, I'll be part of DEH as well, as somebody suggested. So thank you, Manzur sir. Thank you, Kaisa sir. Thank you, Shamshad, and the faculty for listening to me. And I look forward to having being in touch with Ulab family, Department of English. And I wish everyone a very good old normal day very soon. All the best.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for being such an inspiration and giving us your valuable time. It means a lot. Dear freshers, we have exciting cultural performances planned for you today. But before that, let's play a fun game. The winner and the first and second runner-up will be receiving prizes. I mean, how exciting does that sound, right? Here is how you participate. My co-host, Sajida Alam, will provide the link to our Google form here in the chat box. And all you have to do is click on the link and you will be asked to give your email address. And there, you will use your Ulab email address, not the personal one, all right? So using your Ulab email address, you will be logging in and you will be reaching to the form. And there, you will have 5 minutes to answer all the 10 questions there. And obviously the winners will be picked depending on the number of correct answers and how quickly the forms are submitted. So I am now requesting my co-host Sanjida to provide the link here in the chat box and Sumaya Kabir ma'am to share her screen so that we can start with this game. All right, we can see that Sanjida has already provided the link. So guys, go to that link and use your Ulab email address to start the game. All right, so we can see here the screen and this display will help us track the responses. All right, so you all have to click on the link. And when you will be asked to give your email address, write your Ulab email. Okay? So yeah, well, you guys, the clock is ticking because that time starts now. Your 5 minutes, not more than that, okay? All right, so when you will be submitting your responses, we can track in here on this display. And that, again, I'm saying the time is not more than 5 minutes, but well, it's just you don't rush too much or else you will make some unexpected mistakes. Take it slow,
Radia,
but
maybe you can share the show the questions so we can see what they're answering.
Yes, I'm sure. Okay, here are the questions, I believe. Okay. So here are the questions they will have to answer. So it's almost a minute has passed. Yeah, so you guys got it. It's not that difficult. It's fun. And yeah, 4 minutes left. So yeah, I guess they're going pretty good. But remember, this is not a hardcore exam that you'll have to excel in, right? So don't be hard on yourself. Just enjoy the process. It's a fun-filled game and take it as lighthearted. And of course, the prizes.
Radia, do you mind keeping quiet because they need to concentrate?
Yes, sure. But sir, I have to just...
He was actually trying to entertain us.
Yeah, or else you will be bored.
Yeah, we might fall asleep in the 5 minutes.
It's quite a long time, actually.
And there are prizes, right? First, second,
yes,
third.
there are first, second, and third.
Can we take part? No.
Say for freshman. So, okay, so we are seeing that going good. Okay, 3 minutes left. 7 responses are in. That's good. All right, we have 2 minutes left. Okay, so we are almost reaching the ending of it. So I guess a little hurry up a little bit, not too much. So we are reaching the final minute of our game. Just 1 minute left. 13 responses, 14, that's good. Right. Just a minute and it will be over. 15, 18, very good. 19, 20. We have last 20 seconds. 21 response, awesome. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time is up. Okay, so our time is up and we have got 23 responses so far. It's amazing. So I hope you guys actually enjoyed playing the game with us, and hopefully this game will be remained as a very, very good memory for all of you till the graduation day. Okay, so we will announce the names of the winners towards the end of this program. So do not stress out and enjoy the beautiful performances arranged by Paper Canoe, Ulab Literary Society. My co-host Sanjida Alam will be carrying out the rest of the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Radia Rashidapu, for giving me the floor. Hello, everyone. Myself, Shanzida Alam. Let's begin the cultural segment of this program with a melody performed by our very own Tasfia Saba. It was indeed a lovely performance. Thank you, Saba. I am delighted to say that Fatima Aftaf Mia will now give us a short speech on behalf of the freshers from the bachelor's program.
Hello. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Hello. I hope all of you are doing well. My name is Fatima. I am half Filipino and I am half Bangladeshi, but as a whole, I am absolutely proud of both of my nationalities. Another thing that I am proud of is being here as a freshman of ULab's Department of English. I consider myself lucky because not only did I get the chance to pursue something that makes me extremely happy, I also now belong to one of Bangladesh's top private universities, and that's something that won't fade away, hopefully. And I'm not going to lie to you, when I was looking up universities, I initially opted for the ones abroad. And I know I'm not the only one. And because, you know, a lot of us are under the impression that everything is just somehow better outside. But when I picked up the brochure in the admissions office of the university and I went through it, I read about it and I saw its faculty members and I saw the lecturers from reputed universities that have attained absolutely remarkable achievements. You have really, you know, really successful people. And I knew that there was no point in considering any other university for me, because I know that this department will, not just this department, this university will bring out not only the best in me, but in everybody else. And I look forward to the next 4 years with all of you. And I hope that they will be filled with nothing but happiness and success for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima. Hope you will be enjoying the upcoming years with us at Ulab. Dear audience, I believe you are enjoying our program. We have 2 back-to-back recitations by our student. First up is Lamia Joshimuddin.
Hello everyone, my name is Lamia and I'll be reciting a poem, New Beginnings, written by Helen Steiner Rice. Let me begin. How often we look for another chance to make a fresh beginning, a chance to blot out our mistakes and change failure into winning. And it does not take a new year to make a brand new start. It only takes the deep desire to try with all our heart, to live a little better, and to always be forgiving, and to add a little sunshine to the world in which we are living. So never give up in despair and think that you are through, for there's always a tomorrow and a chance to start new. Thank you.
Thank you, Lamia. Now we have Humaira Mehnas Aditi's recitation of Bosonto Bandana by Nirmalendu Gun.
সুপ্রিয় দর্শক মণ্ডলী, সবাইকে জানাচ্ছি শুভেচ্ছা। আজকে আমি আবৃত্তি করতে যাচ্ছি কবি নির্মলেন্দু গুণের বসন্ত বন্দনা। শুরু করছি। হয়তো ফুটেনি ফুল রবীন্দ্রসঙ্গীতে যত আছে, হয়তো গাহিনী পাখি অন্তর উদাস করা সুরে বনের কুসুমগুলি ঘিরে, আকাশে মেলিয়া আখি তবুও ফুটেছে জবা, দুরন্ত শিমুল গাছে গাছে, তার তলে ভালোবেসে বসে আছে বসন্ত পথিক। এলিয়ে পড়েছে হাওয়া, ত্বকে কি চঞ্চল শিহরণ, মনে যেন দুপুরের ঘূর্ণি পাওয়া পাতা। ভালোবেসে অনন্ত সঙ্গীত স্রোতে পাক খেয়ে মৃত্তিকার বুকে নিমজ্জিত হতে চায়। হায় কি আনন্দ জাগানিয়া! এমন আগ্রাসী ঋতু থেকে যতই ফেরাই চোখ, যতই এড়াতে চাই তাকে, দেখি সে অনতিক্রম্য। বসন্ত কবির মতো রচে তার রম্য কাব্যখানি নবীন পল্লবে ফুলে ফুলে। বুঝি আমাকেও শেষে গিলেছে এ খলনারী আপাদমস্তক ভালোবেসে। আমি তাই লঘু চালে বন্দিলাম সরব তাহার, সহজ অক্ষর বৃত্তে বাংলার বসন্ত বাহার। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you very much. It was really an enchanting piece. Now we move on to a different genre. We will now watch a wonderful dance performance by Orpita on Bhalo Basbo Basbore. Thank you so much, Orpita. That was a graceful performance. I would like to request Paulash Chandra to deliver a short speech on behalf of the master student.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to convey why I chose University of Liberal Arts Bangladesh and why I picked literature as my major. First of all, as an English major, I am naturally drawn to literature. That is why I wanted to choose a university with teachers who would offer me a literary depth that I won't find anywhere else. I read a poem named by Ode on the Longi as a sophomore during my undergrad. I could not believe that the poem was written by a Bangladeshi writer, Professor Kaisar Haq sir. And at that time, I dreamed of taking his class one day. After obtaining my honors degree, I had asked to my favorite teacher to suggest me a university suitable for MA in English literature. And their suggestion to me was Ulab. Because Ulab houses renowned teachers like Professor Kaisar Haq sir, Professor Manzur Islam sir, Professor Shamshad Murtaza sir, and many others. And interesting matter is, most of my previous teachers were once the student of Professor Kaisar Haq sir and Professor Manzur Islam sir. Personally, I like to do research, and as far as I know, Ulab is one of the best private researchable university in Bangladesh. So I thought to myself, why should I miss my chance to study literature at Ulab? And made my decision final, and I am here today. Thank you all. I look forward to my journey at Ulab. Assalamu alaikum.
It was lovely to hear from you, Bhaiya. We offer you our heartful welcome. We will now enjoy a wonderful drama production by Paper Canoe. Paper Canoe is a literary club under the Department of English and Humanities. It aims to ensure students' participation in different types of cultural activities from all the departments. The actors in the play are Nishat Tabastim, Monisha Tasnim, Shahidul Islam Hira, and Nishat Tasnim.
গড কি যে শান্তি লাগতেছে, ফাইনালি আমার 3টা বছরের কষ্ট শেষ হলো, লেভেলসটা শেষ হলো। কিন্তু এখন ভর্তি কই হই? আইমা আম্মা, আচ্ছা আম্মা, আমি সাজেস্ট করো আমাকে একটা জিনিস। আমি হাইলি কনফিউজড, কোন ইউনিভার্সিটিটা আমার জন্য ভর্তি হলে জোস হবে বলতো? লাইক আমার মনে অনেক কয়েকটা ছিল, কিন্তু এখন আমি বুঝতেছি না, গুলাই ফেলতেছি। কোনটাতে ভর্তি হওয়া যায় বলতো?
তোর কাজিনদের কল দে, ওরা ভালো বলতে পারবে। আর শোন, মনীষাকেও কনফারেন্সে রাখিস, ওরও একটা আইডিয়া হবে তাহলে, বুঝছিস?
দ্যাটস আ গুড আইডিয়া। আচ্ছা, আমি তাহলে এখনই কল দিতেছি, কারণ মনীষারে তো ভরসা নাই। ওকে এখন কল দিলে আমি ছাইটা খাবো কিনা ভাবতেছি। ওই মেয়ে তো সবসময় পড়াশোনা নিয়েই থাকে। আই এম শিওর ও এক্ষুনি পড়তে বসে গেছে, ওর আমার কোনোই ভরসা নাই। মনীষা
হ্যালো।
হ্যাঁ হ্যালো, কি করিস?
দোস্ত, ভার্সিটির ফার্স্ট সেমিস্টারের জন্য প্রেপ নিচ্ছি।
ভাই আমার নট সারপ্রাইজড, আমি মার্কেটাই বলতেছিলাম। না কিছু না। আচ্ছা ছাড়, শোন, আমি যে জন্য ফোন দিছি সেটা হচ্ছে যে তুই তো প্রিপারেশন নিতেছিস মানে ভর্তি হওয়ার আগেই। সো আই ওয়াজ ওয়ান্ডারিং যে আসল কাজটা আগে করি, মানে কোথায় ভর্তি হবো সেটা ভাবছিস কিছু? আচ্ছা দাঁড়া, আমি হীরা ভাইকে কনফারেন্সে নিই, আর সাথে তাসনিম আপুকেও নেব। প্রবাবলি দে উড বি এবল টু সাজেস্ট আস সামথিং।
আচ্ছা
হীরা ভাই
আবার বুক চিনচিন করতেছে। হ্যাঁ নিশাদ।
হ্যালো ভাইয়া, আসসালামু আলাইকুম, কেমন আছো?
আরে বিন্দাস, পুরাই চিল মারতেছে বুঝলি। তো বল, হঠাৎ করে বাইরে কেন মনে করলো?
আচ্ছা শোনো, যেটার জন্য কল দিয়েছিলাম সেটা হচ্ছে যে ওয়েট, ওটা বলার আগে আমি আগে তাসনিম আপুকেও কনফারেন্সে নিই। ওয়েট, হ্যাং অন।
ওকে।
Hello.
Hello, Apu and Bhaiya. How are you?
I'm good. What about you, Manisha?
Gee, fine, Apu.
আরে লাইব্রেরি নাকি? তাস কয়টা বই মাথা রাখছে হ্যাঁ?
ভাইয়া, এটা কি বলেন?
আচ্ছা ভাইয়া শোনো, যে জন্য তোমাকে আর তাসনিম আপুকে কল দিলাম সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমাদের তো লেভেল শেষ, যেটা জানো তুমি এখন। ইউ সাজেস্ট আস যে ইউনিভার্সিটি ইংলিশ আর কি, ইংলিশের জন্য কোন ইউনিভার্সিটিটা বেস্ট হবে ভর্তি হলে?
আরে সবগুলোতেই পারবি। আরে ইউনিভার্সিটি কি পড়ার জায়গা নাকি? ইউনিভার্সিটি হচ্ছে তোর চিল মারার জায়গা। হাসবি, খেলবি, ঘুরবি, পুরো একটা প্যারাহীন লাইফ লিড করবি। যদিও তুই একটা কাজ করতে পারোস।
হ্যাঁ ভাইয়া বলো কি?
খোঁজ নে কোন ইউনিভার্সিটির ক্যাম্পাসটা সুন্দর, ওইটাতেই ভর্তি হ। যাবি, ছবি তুলবি, ভিডিও করবি, পুরো একটা ইনফ্লুয়েন্সার ভাব বুঝলি। আর চেল মার।
ভাইয়া, ভার্সিটি থেকে সত্যি সত্যি পড়ালেখা হয় না?
Hira, are you out of your mind? আলতু ফালতু কথা কেন বলছো?
চিল মারার জায়গায়।
You just shut up. Shuno Manisha and Nisha. University is the career defining phase of your life. You have to choose the best. আর এখন ইংরেজির জন্য বেস্ট হচ্ছে Ulab. Nationally renowned professor like Kaiser sir, Manzur sir, Shamshad sir and Shaila ma'am কে একসাথে পাওয়া, it would be like a miracle for anyone. So ওইটাতেই ভর্তি হও তোমরা, বুঝছো?
আপু, ওখানে কি স্যার এবং ম্যাডামরা বইয়ে দাগিয়ে দেয়, নোট দেয়?
কি নোটস আর দাগাই দেওয়া? তুই লাইব্রেরিকে আমি এই মুহূর্তে বন্ধ ঘোষণা করলাম।
ভাইয়া,
আচ্ছা এগুলো বইটা না, ওই যে যেটার মধ্যে একটা তোর বড় একটা মাঠ আছে, ওই যে খুলনা টাইটান্স যেটাতে তোর প্র্যাকটিস করতে আর কি, ওইটা না?
সিরিয়াসলি? খুলনা টাইটান্স? সত্যি? ওয়াও, দ্যাটস এ নিউজ।
শুধু বড় একটা মাঠ আছে তা না, 24টা ক্লাবও আছে।
ওরে বাবা, ক্লাব? দেশের সব ক্লাব না বন্ধ?
আরে বোকা, ওই ক্লাব না, কো-কারিকুলার অ্যাক্টিভিটিস এর ক্লাব, যেখানে তুমি তোমার অন্যান্য স্কিলগুলো শোকেস করতে পারবা। আর বাইরে দেশে পড়তে গেলে এক্সট্রা কারিকুলার মাস্ট থাকা চাই।
বললেন না যে আপু, ওখানে কি পরীক্ষার আগে সাজেশন দেয়? বলেন না।
মনীষা, তোমায় নিয়ে আর পারা যাবে না।
ওর কথা বাদ দাও তো আপু, ও পুরাই পাগল। আই ওয়ান্ডার ও এখনো সাধারণ মানুষের মধ্যে কেমনে আছে। আন্টি ওরে কেন অ্যাসাইলামে এখনো দেয় নাই? আচ্ছা, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ আপু আর ভাইয়া, অনেক দ্যাট ওয়াজ রিয়েলি বিগ হেল্প। আমি তাহলে আমরা তাহলে ইউলাবেই ভর্তি হচ্ছি।
তাহলে এটাই করো।
আচ্ছা ওটাতেই ভর্তি হ, কিন্তু দেখিস চিল মারতে ভুলিস না যেন।
আচ্ছা ওকে ভাইয়া, থ্যাংক ইউ আপু। বাই ভাইয়া, বাই আপু, and bye Monisha. Bye.
What a marvelous presentation. Thank you so much. Now, we are going to watch a dance performance by Shushmita Roy Ushno. She will be performing on Ora Suhel Lage. Well, that was another absolutely graceful performance. Thank you very much. Now, let us watch the anticipated musical performance by Zahir and Marzouk. thank you for your rocking performance. Well, guys, the wait is over. I'm thrilled to announce that Ms. Arifa Goni Rahman, head of the Department of English and Humanities, will now announce the name of the winners of the fun game that we played before. After that, I would request ma'am to deliver her vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sanjida. Wow, that was, I was just, mesmerized. All the performances, the songs and the dances and the play. It was awesome, awesome. Thank you. As usual, you have delivered a wonderful performance. So thank you so much. So are you ready to see who's really ready for the English department at this point? So let's have the third place winner of the quiz. This was, and when I call your name, do please say hello and show your face so that we get to know you. And did you have did you have enough time to Google the answers, or you did this on your own? No answer. All right, so third place ke third place হচ্ছে আচ্ছা prize money কত? Farzana?
200 টাকা.
200 taka for the third prize winner. Third prize winner is Akbar Fida. You scored 8 out of 10.
Yay, impressive.
Nice job. Where is Akbar? Say hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, congratulations. So you're receiving a prize of 200 taka, which you will find very useful for your online classes. All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you.
Second prize of 300 taka, right? Am I right, Farzana?
Yes, I got that.
300 taka goes to Fatima Aftab. Fatima Aftab.
Hi.
Good job, good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. And the first prize. Oh, Fatima also got 8 out of 10, but she was faster than Akbar, so that's why she gets the second prize. And the first prize winner is Fardeen Azwad. Fardeen Azwad scored 9 out of 10.
Awesome.
Thank you. Wow.
Nice job. So you get a prize of 500 taka, which will all be bikash to your accounts. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful. So again, welcome to the Department of English and Humanities. And now I am just going to sort of round up the program with a vote of thanks. There's so many people to thank. I have such a long list here. But I will start, of course, with our chief guest, Ms. Shiborna Chaudhary. Thank you so much, Appa, for being here, giving us so much time, graciously accepting our invitation. There were a lot of back and forth. I know there was lots of phone calls and things trying to get everything together. So I hope we were not too much of a bother. But I really appreciate what you said in your speech. Reminded me particularly of our DU days, and your promise to stay with us and be with us. So looking forward to having you back, hopefully on campus one of these days, and we can have lunch together, of course, and our students may be able to interact with you as well. So thank you so much, Appa, for being with us. VC sir, he had to go because he had a meeting. Professor Joyrul Haq, who's always with us. Every time we invite him, he's here. Kaiser sir and Manzur sir, our guardians, our teachers, our senior colleagues, our go-to people for everything, always there for us. So thank you, sirs, for being with us, giving us the time as always. And of course, Shamshad sir, Shamshad sir, who is like, my, advisor, he was the, head of the department of English for a long time, way before me. For the last 6 years, he has been guiding the department, and he knows what's what. So, and I've just taken over. So there are a lot of things that I really don't know in the admin level and all that. So constantly I've been bothering him, and he, as always, has been my support, and given me all the advice and more than I needed. So thank you, Shamshad bhai. To our new students who gave speeches, Fatima and Polash, thank you for speaking about your feelings and your choices and the reasons behind your choices. I mean, it's a difficult time. It's you don't know any of us, we don't know you, but it's a good way to get started. So thank you for agreeing to speak at this program. Hopefully we'll all meet you soon. And of course, the Kolkati behind this whole thing, the event committee, Dr. Sayyida Farzana Sultana. Thank you, Farzana, for really coordinating and keeping everybody on track, going back and forth so many times. Tanzia, also for working with Farzana and making sure that everything is on point, and making sure the connections are made in every step. Sheikh Nahian and Sumaya Kabir, our new members, they hit the ground running. They were here, they were working even before they'd officially signed the papers. So thank you guys for being so sporting and being, getting into the spirit of the department so quickly and so easily. I hope we will continue in the same vein throughout your years here at Ulab. Qazi Mustabin Noor, again, another newcomer to the department. Mustabin joined also with the other two, Nahian and Sumaya, and she also has instantly, taken paper canoe with Nishat, and started to guide them, advise them, help them out, and sort of coordinate this entire program. So thank you, Mustabin. Our MCs, Radia and Sanjida, Constance. Now anytime we need an MC, these are the two people we instantly think of. So good job. Wonderful MCing here. Our student performers, Tasfia Sabah, Lamia Joshimuddin, Humaira Mehnaz, Urpita Poddar, Shushmita Roy, Mustafa Zahir, Nishat Tasneem, Monisha Tasneem, Nishat Tabassum, Marjuk. Thank you very much for some wonderfully inspiring performances. And of course, don't forget, I didn't forget you, Hira. You're the president of Paper Canoe. That script was written by Hira, by the way. So excellent job as always. So Hira, thank you. Our two coordinators, Muntasir Mamun and Tabassum Zaman. Purata Jinish, sort of like monitoring, going back and forth between, acting as a bridge between the different parts of it, and so on and so forth, everything, all the little nitty gritty and everything. Naza, thank you for, I'm giving you advance thanks because you're going to be holding a session right after this with the students because, a little bit of orientation for the online environment is needed. So Naza will be handling that part right after we leave from this session. So thank you in advance, Naza. And behind the scenes, I had, I had to consult because there are, again, as I said, some things which I'm not aware of, or little bits and pieces of things, that I needed to know from more experienced people than myself. So thank you, Nadia and Suhana. for constantly giving me these bits and pieces of information that I could use to override a lot of the issues that came up. From IT office, Kaiser Bhai, Khair Bhai, thank you for being with us. Arif Bhai, Arif Billah Bhai, supervising everything. And actually the entire IT office also deserves our thanks because they are so patient with us all the time. Constantly তাদেরকে আমাদের ডাকতে হয়, help চাইতে হয়. So they're always there for us anytime we need them. Bushra and Tazin, you guys, you do behind the scenes work. তোমাদের কাছে সব ইয়েগুলো আসে, so problematic জিনিসগুলো আসে, ঝামেলার জিনিসগুলো বলি করে দাও, so ওটার জন্য অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ তোমাদেরকে. I don't know if I forgot anyone. It's a long list, I know, but আমার সবসময় ভয় থাকে যে কাউকে হয়তো ভুলে গেছি বা কাউকে হয়তো বলি নাই, but if I did, I'm sorry, and I please know that you are included in the thanks. We're all a part of this. So thank you everyone for being here, and of course our students who are here to support the newcomers, and of course our new students who are here, who have chosen ULAB, who have chosen the English department. And as I said, you heard from everyone. This is a family. This is what we work together. We support each other. If you need help, there's always someone to ask. Just do so. Just ask. Don't feel shy. কারণ জিজ্ঞেস না করলে অনেক সময় দেখা যায় যে মানে খুব সিম্পল জিনিসও অনেক কঠিন হয়ে যায়। সো সিম্পল থাকতেই জিনিসটা যেন সলভ হয়ে যায় সেটার দিকে খেয়াল রেখো। তো যাকে তোমাদের পছন্দ, যার সাথে কমফোর্টেবল ফিল করো তাকেই জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারো, and they will either answer the question for you or they will point you in the right direction. So don't hesitate. That's the main thing. আর তাজিনের একটা মেসেজ আছে এখানে যে MA in English স্টুডেন্টসদের জন্য কোর্স রেজিস্ট্রেশন আছে। কখন সেটা তাজিন?
ম্যাডাম এখন যারা নতুন অ্যাডমিটেড স্টুডেন্ট তাদের এখন হচ্ছে রেজিস্ট্রেশন হবে। তাদেরকে আমি লিংক দিয়ে দিচ্ছি মেইলে, তারা একটু জয়েন করতে হবে এই প্রোগ্রামটার পরেই।
They have to be at the online training with NASA. So you have to defer the registration. ঠিক আছে? So okay, so thank you everyone so very much. Shiborna, thank you for your message. Again, my appreciation to everyone here. Good evening.